Hi, my name is Lorrie Bruno, and I'm currently a patient at Pelvic Rehabilitation Medicine in Atlanta. I first started with my symptoms around January of 2025. I began noticing that I was having a lot of pelvic pain. I was having pain in my right hip. I was having difficulty moving my bowels, and I felt like I had a UTI, which I had never had anything like that before. I saw many doctors to try to figure out what was going on. I started with my primary care physician, who thought I might have a problem with my gallbladder. She put me on medicine for constipation and did some x-rays, but couldn't find anything. I went from there to a gynecologist who did a DNC and a pelvic ultrasound, but couldn't find the cause of my symptoms and had no idea what was going on and thought it might be hormone related. And so I went on hormone pellets at that point, which sent my condition skyrocketing through the roof and made things much, much, much worse. I began having symptoms of anxiety that I couldn't control. I made a visit to the emergency room thinking I was having a heart attack, and none of the doctors there had any idea what was going on. I went from there to a neurologist because I was convinced that there was something neurological going on with me, and they performed an MRI and they misdiagnosed me with a pinched nerve in my lower spine. He sent me to a neurosurgeon who thought that I needed a cortisone shot because of the problem in my lower spine, but didn't really hear about my other symptoms or understand what was going on with me. So once I got that cortisone shot, I became even worse. Once again, my condition went from bad to worse, and I could no longer move my bowels easily or urinate easily. I was having a lot of problems, made a couple more visits to the emergency room. I knew what was going on with me, but no one else did. By some miracle, I do believe it was with a lot of prayer, I found Pelvic Rehabilitation Medicine in Atlanta. And once I made the phone call there, I spoke to Dr. Amanda there. They already knew what was going on with me. I felt so much comfort even just speaking to them on the phone. Within a week, I had an appointment in their office, and my husband and I made the 4-hour drive to Atlanta. It was absolutely the best decision I ever made. Once I got there, I felt so much comfort from their attention and care. They genuinely listened to every symptom that I had, and they made a diagnosis of pelvic floor dysfunction and vulvodynia, gave me medicines and immediate treatment through the shots. And I have to say, within hours, I already felt better, partially because they heard my voice and partially because of the treatment that they gave me, and it was so effective. I've currently had the first round of shots and have been for my 6-week follow-up and had a little bit of touch-up shots on the right-hand side, and I'm able to do things that I hadn't been able to do since January. It's August of 2025 right now, so that's how quickly this has taken all effect. I started treatment in June. I feel so much better. I can go camping. My pain level is probably a 0 most days, maybe a 1 some days because I'm still having physical therapy. It was the best decision I ever made. It's a wonderful, wonderful office, and I hope you guys will consider doing the same once you listen to this.